We serve the veterans that are in need of life insurance. All we do is guide them properly so that they're not overpaying or in the wrong plan. Why people are so scared of insurance and insurance people. Because there are a bunch of unethical idiots out there, the team we have here, who really just care about people. I'm in the world of recovery. I've had absolutely nothing, and now I have a pretty amazing life. I don't care and don't ever want to be or treat people badly. Imagine if we woke up every day and we just did one nice thing for a random person. And the stigma of sales and salespeople and insurance people really clouds how important this coverage is to get right. There are insurance people that will guide you properly. We call them brokers with souls. What if I have a guy who walks in who had a heart attack? You get us on the phone, we're gonna find you the right coverage. And we love our jobs because we help people. We're hiring. You can do very well in this industry. I'm here to make people aware that there are good insurance people out there. Insurance people are hated until they're needed. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you are viewing this video. My name is Michael DeSecco, owner of Timeless Protection, or WeProtectVeterans.com. I have the best job in the world, guys. We wake up every day and we serve the veterans that are in need of life insurance and insurance products, and all we do is guide them properly so that they're not overpaying or in the wrong plan. I know that everybody out there has put themselves in the wrong insurance plan at some point, and having a group like us to guide you through that is kind of key. So again, Michael DeSecco, I own Timeless Protection, or WeProtectVeterans.com. Like, subscribe. We're gonna try to pump out as much content as possible. We've got a lot of veteran testimonials going on. We're saving a lot of vets money right now. So if there's anything that's amazing to do, that would be saving a veteran, any type of consumer, but veterans money. So what I wanted to talk about today is why people are so scared of insurance and insurance people. There's valid reasons for this. Why people are so afraid of the big bad insurance guy. Now, when I used to think about insurance, I used to think like a guy with slick back hair, a Mercedes, pushy, arrogant, just trying to jam a policy down your throat. Well, they're probably out there. Let's face it, there's probably plenty out there, right? And that's the problem, essentially. Because there are a bunch of unethical idiots out there, the person like myself, the group like we have here, the team we have here, who really just care about people. I have a different perspective in life. I've talked about this in other videos. I'm in the world of recovery, right? So I have seen the dark side of life. And being that I've had absolutely nothing, and now I have a pretty amazing life, I don't care and don't ever want to be or treat people badly. I don't think it's okay to just treat people bad. Imagine this. Imagine if we woke up every day and we just did one nice thing for a random person. Imagine that. Imagine if everybody had to basically complete a task every day, and that task was doing something nice for another human being. This world would be a whole lot nicer, especially now. This place we live in today that we call the USA is, it's crazy. So the stigma of insurance people, insurance salesmen, saleswomen, agents, it's bad, right? Now, have a lot of people been screwed over by an insurance person? Yes. What I can tell you is that the only mistakes I've ever made in insurance is because I didn't understand. I didn't understand the product as well as I thought I did. Now, you learn over time. Obviously, I've been in this industry for a long time now, and you learn to not talk about things that you don't know. These are complex products, and you're really messing with somebody else's family, somebody else's money, somebody else's car, somebody else's home, somebody else's check when the person dies, AKA life insurance, AKA the worst thing to say. We need to say protecting families. But just off of what I just said right there, if I were to walk up to 100 people, or let's put it like this, If I had a booth set up at a job fair and my booth said, get paid very well to protect families, to protect veterans on a daily basis, a lot of people would be like, wow, that sounds great, let's do it. If my booth says, come protect families by selling life insurance, nobody's showing up. Nobody's showing up to the booth. And it's just crazy because, again, the stigma of sales and salespeople and insurance people really clouds how important this coverage is to get right. I repeat, it clouds how important this coverage is to get right. If you talk to a widowed husband and his wife's funeral just cost 14 grand, and this guy's got no life insurance, he is depressed, he is mourning his wife of X amount of years. This gentleman needs the proper help, right? You will get on the phone with a bunch of agents who don't give a rat's rear end about where this man is in his life right now, just want their commissions. It's just not okay. And people are valid in their thoughts sometimes when it comes to insurance people. Now, we're not as bad as car salesmen. We, as a group here, could care less about selling policies. And that's why we sell policies. It's because we don't care about selling policies. You know, I get on the phone with people every day, 10, 20, 30, 40 people. And I have a ton of conversations and I write a couple policies. Well, that's okay in the world of life insurance. Writing a couple policies in a day is okay. You're gonna do okay. But I could care less about doing it. I just want to help. I just want to inform people on how not to get screwed. In an auto policy, there is something called medical payments to others. A lot of times this says $1,000. Well, this little payment or this little part of your plan right here, medical payments to others. Now everybody go look at your auto insurance policy because it needs to be 10 grand, minimum 5. This is basically the safeguard prior to your lawsuit if you get into an accident. Like let's say you have somebody in the car with you and you rear end somebody. Well, your buddy goes in an ambulance to the hospital. A month later, he gets a bill from the hospital or the ambulance company for $3,500 for an ambulance ride. He's gonna call you. He's gonna be like, hey, bro, like you rear-ended these guys staring at your cell phone, flipping through Instagram, and I just got a $3,000 bill. I don't know what to tell you, man. Sorry, my insurance is only gonna cover $1,000 of that. Guess what I'm doing? Suing. Guess what I'm doing? Suing. If it's 5 grand or if it's 10 grand, it's just gonna take care of that bill and your buddy's not gonna sue you. All of these policies have these freaking little tiny things in them. Give it Geico, for instance. How many times have you ever heard somebody say, I have full coverage, I have full auto coverage? Do you even know what full auto coverage means? Do you? Because Geico will offer their plans at $25.50, which is the, at least in Connecticut here, that's the state minimum bodily injury to carry. Now, most banks want you to carry $100, $300, but you've got full coverage because you have comp and collision. Dude, having quote unquote full coverage is $250, $500, at least $100, $300. So if your policy is $25.50. If you rear end a family of 4 and they sue you for 300 grand, 500 grand, whatever, you've got 50 G's in there to take care of that. So guess whose paycheck is docked for the rest of their lives after that lawsuit ends? The person with $25.50. Little things like this, guys. So there are insurance people that will guide you properly, right? And if we can't, we will send you to a group we trust. We call them brokers with souls, right? I hate the word broker, but it's better than being a captive. Who wants to be held captive? Not me. Well, Farmers, State Farm, Nationwide, these are all captive companies. They're amazing companies. They're amazing. But if you go there, you only have the mothership of that carrier to quote. So if the auto rates suck for the carrier, you're not gonna beat anyone else's auto rates. Right? So bye-bye customer. Well, what if I have a guy who walks in who had a heart attack 2 years ago and he's got a home auto and umbrella with our captive agency? The captive agency is not gonna be able to write that policy most likely. Most captives do a ton of fully underwritten life insurance, which in a video before, that's all medical exams and blood work, and they see if the pet is healthy. They dig up grandma and grandpa. So broker, it's an awful word. Life insurance, awful words. But at the end of the day, man, it's so important. It really is. And like, you can tell that I'm super passionate about all this stuff because of how many people that we genuinely help and genuinely serve. I have a couple from Idaho. They were just over shopping for life insurance. And I got on the phone with this guy, Wesley and Melissa. Shout out to Wesley and Melissa in Idaho. We did a donation for their veterans fundraiser that weekend. Such an awesome couple. There's actually a video testimonial of them on our website, weprotectveterans.com. But this guy served 20 plus years in the Navy. He's super torn down, like wear and tear galore, right? Back, knees, joints, hips, arms, shoulders, everything is banged up on this guy, and he's on pain meds, right? He's not like on crazy pain meds, but he's been on a regimen of pain meds for a while. They tried this company, that company, this guy, this flyer, that commercial, this person, that person. The second that a commission-hungry agent hears any type of certain medications, they're out of there, man. It's gonna actually take a little word called work to get the job done. Well, we got on the phone with them, or I got on the phone with them, and I just wanted to listen. Tell me about what's going on, Wes. Well, I submitted here, and this guy promised me that, and this guy promised me this, and I never heard back, and blah, blah, blah. And then I got all these declination letters in the mail. All right, man. Well, the only thing I can tell you that I'm going to do, and the only thing I can promise you, is that I will sift through every carrier known to man and find you the best available plan. At that point, I'll present it to you, and if it works for you and Melissa, it works. If not, you at least know where you stand. We're gonna get through all the magic bullets, all the unicorn policies that don't exist, so that you guys actually have the information. See, again, it all goes back to not selling policies, but giving the client the proper information. I don't know why it's so hard to do that these days. All the salespeople out there who are watching this, how about you just switch to being a client-driven salesperson instead of a commission-driven salesperson? Watch what happens when you become client-driven as opposed to commission-driven. I bet you the opposite of what you think. So, anyways, Wes and Melissa and I came up with a budget. We came up with a minimum coverage amount. I was $6 under budget and $125,000 over the minimum coverage amount that they wanted. We were about to settle for $50K. We got them $175. That is a veteran who could have gone elsewhere or tried going to a million places and would have landed in a crap policy somewhere, or would have settled for a flyer, or would have settled for a certain type of insurance policy. You get us on the phone, we're gonna bust our asses to find you the right coverage. Why? Because I'm not the guy in the Mercedes. I'm not the guy with slick back hair, obviously. I'm a blue collar baseball coach who's got 2 sons, who's been through a whole lot of crap, who has an amazing team, an amazing agency, and we love our jobs because we help people. So for all the folks that are out there afraid of the big bad insurance person, absolutely 100% trust your gut when you get one on the phone or you invite one into your home. If they are not genuine, if they don't lay out option after option, if they don't listen, if they don't talk to you like you're a normal human being, because guess what? I'm no better than you, you're no better than me, and this person is no better than that person. We're all just sitting here trying to live, right? So if they don't show you a Department of Insurance number or state license number, you know, especially the older crowd and especially the veteran crowd, you guys have been around. You've been around the block, right? You're not stupid. You're not stupid consumers. You will read through the... I don't understand why people don't understand this. Like, it's challenging your intelligence if I'm just gonna sit here and try to stuff a policy down your throat. Why would I waste the time and energy to do that? Do we know what life insurance actually is? What is life insurance? It's the last gift you leave your family. So if it is not done right, or if you end up overpaying for your coverage for 20 years, think of how many thousands of dollars went into a policy when it could have gone elsewhere. It could have gone into your wife's, shoe collection. It could have gone into your Harley whatever the case may be. We talk to so many people with so many crazy collections. All I'm trying to say, guys, is I understand. I do. And now, after COVID, everybody's calling on the phone, trying to get pertinent information and being okay with passing pertinent information over the phone. It's scary. Let's face it. You have to have somebody who you trust in their voice. You trust in their credibility. You trust in their testimonials. You trust in their ability to explain and help and talk to you. When you know that is right, go with it. Go with it. You're gonna know the idiot when you're talking to them. You're gonna know the idiot. You're gonna know the person that just doesn't take the time or, doesn't want to care. And unfortunately, that's a very sad thing for me to say. I love helping people. We are all about giving back here. I just spent a bunch of money on white t-shirts, boxers, socks, sweatpants, sweatshirts, crossword puzzles, things of that nature, and we dropped them off at the detox facility I went to years and years and years ago. When I was in detox, I had nothing. My kids were little, my parents changed the locks. Everybody had basically given up on me on the surface. My family was there for me, but had to do what they had to do to protect themselves and my family. I had a ripped up notebook, a ripped up hoodie. Who remembers Ed Hardy? Remember? Oof. I had nothing. And when I went in there, I had a couple days worth of sleep and being miserable, heavily medicated, and then woke up to feel a little bit better. I finally got some food in me and I took a shower. I had nothing but old crap to put on. So I remember this guy gave me like a fresh t-shirt and a fresh pair of socks. And putting that on at that point in time was like heaven. And it gave me hope. And it gave me a reason. And now, because we are not the idiot insurance people, we are the brokers with souls. The guy at Best Buy today said, once I told him what we did, he's like, dude, you're a broker with a soul. I was like, I'm so keeping that. But now we have the ability to do that, right? So we dropped off hundreds of t-shirts, boxers, socks, the whole nine. Even if we give one person hope, that's why we do this. And again, I'll go back to what I said in the beginning of the call. Everybody should have a daily task that we have to check off, and it should say, do something nice for a random human. Anybody who's behind me in line at Dunkin' Donuts, bro, you're getting a free coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that difficult? And honestly, I got into I don't want to say an argument with somebody on the phone the other day, but a client, she had 5 kids, and she didn't want to part with $98.71 a month to leave each of her kids 20 grand when she passes away. But she spends $300 a month at Dunkin' Donuts. So if it wasn't called life insurance, if it was called family protector, if it was called check for your family, if it was called leave your legacy, whatever corny name we can come up with other than life insurance. If I were to say, hey, do you want to spend $300 a month on Dunkin' Donuts, get fat and, eat a bunch of donuts and slurp up some dessert? That's all those foo-foo drinks are, guys. Starbucks especially is drinking desserts. I just like straight coffee. Anyways, would you take $300 for Dunkin' Donuts, or would you put $300, even put $200 into a universal life policy where now you're going to leave your kids a bunch of money when you die, and if you need to borrow some money in a few years, 5, 8, 10, 12, whatever, you have it as a backup plan. Now your money's growing 7, 8, 9%. If you die, they get a check. So it's a mindset thing, right? I genuinely wanted to help this woman. This woman thought I was the big bad insurance guy. No matter what I said, no matter how I reasoned with her, it wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen. Now, what makes me mad and what I get upset at is I think of the kids. I think of the kids who are gonna have nothing when mom passes away. I've seen crazy things in this industry. I saw a mother of two get shot in the face by her ex-boyfriend. I didn't see this. I had the mom on the phone, and her mom was buying life insurance now for all the kids because the daughter got shot in the face walking up her driveway from her ex-boyfriend. She didn't have life insurance. She didn't care about that stuff. And now her kids are living with grandma and they're all struggling. So it's hard to prioritize these things. It's hard to look at insurance as being very important. I'll say this a million times over. Insurance people are hated until they're needed, but it is so important to have a trusted group, a trusted advisor, somebody with a soul, somebody who doesn't care about commissions to help you through this process. Waking up every day to help veterans through this process. Number one, we're hiring. So, you can do very well in this industry. I'm never gonna get into numbers with people. Some people's work ethic is different than others. Plus, a lot of people think that the life insurance industry is still cold calling and door knocking. It is not. It is so far from that. Like, utilizing technology nowadays, being a life insurance agent, if you have the right setup, is sweet. Like, sweet. So if I told you every day you could wake up, have a bunch of scheduled appointments, take your appointments, pay all your bills probably in one day if you have a good day. I'm talking mortgage, car payments, everything. If you have a good day, you have a good day. And then you have 29, 22, 25 more days to work for the month. We have it set up here. You can go to jointeamtimeless.com, but I hope you took a little bit out of this video. Wes and Melissa, I love you guys. I'm so happy that we got to hook you up and help you with that plan. And I'm not here to recruit. I'm here to make people aware that there are good insurance people out there, and not everybody is the big bad insurance guy.